These little psychological ploys, especially in Blitz and Rapid games. In Classical, it doesn't tend to have too much effect, but there we see the handshake. Magnus standing when it happened. Will that be a sign of things to come in the game? Will Magnus be on top? I want to praise Gukesh, though. He looks so focused, and we're off. It's a King's Pawn opening. Magnus, does he know that he starts the game with 7 minutes? He's just adjusting his pieces, losing valuable seconds here, and he eventually plays e5. What will we see? Earlier we saw an Italian game, and it's a repeat of the Classical game, the Classical clash between these two. Magnus happy with his opening there, seemingly. Judith, are you surprised to see Magnus repeat? We thought he was in trouble a bit earlier on in the Classical.
Well, I think the troubles he had, he did not consider necessarily that it was so serious, and probably he discovered how he is going to be deviating in this position.
Okay, and Magnus has deviated indeed. He's pushed his pawn to a6 and dropped back with his dark squared bishop, and this is where surely the importance of having seconds on site to do the homework, to do the preparation, is invaluable, it's priceless. Clearly Magnus has had someone helping him, and he's gone to check this opening, and okay, finally black castles. It's very different from earlier though.
Well, at this point, for example, in this tournament, I think it is very important for the players to have a second, because for sure the seconds are going to be taking a look already during the game what kind of ideas they have for the Armageddon if they get that point. And of course Magnus has his second over here, so that is Magnus, look at the body language. For the moment, I'm in safety.
But he only has 3 seconds left on the clock, and he'll only get a 1 second increment.
But on the board.
Well, there's not just the board though.
Bishop,
check.
But now the other white pawn has disappeared. All of white's winning chances are falling with the fall of his pawns. And, okay, a bunch of quick moves.
Oops, gone. Knight is gone.
Square.
Wow. Blunder the knight on e6.
Oh, and take a look at that clock. Gukesh with just 1 second remaining. Magnus takes it and walks away with an Armageddon victory. Oh, what a crazy game.
Amazing.
They saved the best to last.
Yeah, Gukesh was just a few accurate moves away from taking a historic victory and a beautiful game it would have been.
He made such a great decisions and unexpected and surprised Magnus in several times and sacrificing the queen. It was just such a perfect idea. He took the risk. He knew that he has no other option than to give up the exchange, and he took that pawn. Because somehow Magnus was careless, we can say. He was just playing, he thought it's going to be simplifying, and then from rook b5, it really took off for Gukesh.
Yeah, it would have ended up in all of the books, that win by Gukesh, if he had spotted the way to convert the advantage. But in the end, Magnus, too quick, too tricky, too strong. And yeah, this would have been a great learning experience, but he's so good already at 17, Gukesh.
Almost a masterpiece in the making, but there we have today's scores. It was a victory for Magnus Carlsen, and he takes